You know, the more that Disney and mostly Disney Plus brings out these original specials with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and to an extent Clarabelle, basically these seasonal specials, along with some new cartoons to go along with it, and it even includes a new video game down the line too. I think going to be on the Switch. You know, one thing that's always been curious, and they've kind of gone this route with Minnie many times. They've kind of had to do the squash and stretch, where she'll, get flattened, she'll, get shaved into basically into a pencil version of herself or something like that. Or in the upcoming, according to the upcoming trailer, she'll basically have, I guess, syrup from a tree, squirt on her face, and the end result is her face turns into basically Mickey waffles, if you will, and everything. So there's no doubt in my mind that they try with this interpretation of Minnie to, take her to another level, if you know what I mean. Take her to a more slapstick Tex Avery level. But ever since this new interpretation of Mickey and his friends, which is basically a hybrid of, what you would expect Mickey to be today, blended with the classic animation style of the past. The thing is, with Minnie, the way she's portrayed here, outside of her bow tunes, which, believe it or not, those are actually kind of funny, depending on the situation. Yes, they're aimed at a younger audience, mostly the boutique audience, if you will, Minnie's boutique audience, Mickey's Playhouse audience, and all that. You can kind of tell that they're aimed at that audience, but still, they're kind of funny. And, they're kind of funny, basically, in their own way. But compared to these are more along the lines of, you're just letting the writers, go crazy. Come up with some great ideas and just go to town with those ideas. And every time I've seen, a short out of these new Mickey Mouse shorts, especially sometimes when the focus is both on Mickey and Minnie, or Minnie and Daisy, or just Minnie herself. Like I said, there are moments in there where you're thinking, you wouldn't have seen that before with Minnie. You wouldn't have seen her do that, go through that, which makes you understand why they went with the animation style they did. But then again, there is one thing they have not done yet. There's one thing they have not done, and I think, they're still going to do new animated shorts or something, or new specials or whatever in the future, that the timing couldn't be better. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it in the wonderful autumn special, if you will, that they got coming up in the, next month. I don't know if they're going to do it then. But honestly, folks, I think, they need to go this route. And I've mentioned it before about other shows and characters to an extent. And you see the title below. They need to get Minnie Mouse into what's known as the Lustful melt gag. They need to have her do a melting gag, period. Where either she gets hit by, some kind of rain or something like that, and she just melts or something like that, just by, accident, or she gets frozen, basically, and then she goes to thaw out, and instead of thawing the ice off of her to, get back to what she's doing, she just thaws herself so so much that it melts her into a puddle of water with her face on it. Then she reformed from, or you then transition to the next scene where she's doing something else. They need to have her do a gag like that, and being with Mickey and all that, and sometimes even being put into a situation like, let's say, Olive was at times, being attractive to other guys. They need to have her do a Lustful melt gag as well. Now, if they have done a melting gag with Minnie in the show, I'm not aware of it. In fact, the reason I say this is because TV tropes, and they haven't been updating that much with the Lustful melt section, I'll put it that way. But TV tropes would have hopefully said something by that point. Or Mr. Unknown, R.I.P., would have done something about that as well. But nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened yet. So basically, I believe, honestly, that, the time has to come soon. I mean, you can't just, again, you can't just, um, you can't just, do a show like this, have all these characters go through these humorous, Tex Avery, Looney Tune, tropey gags that you wouldn't normally see them go through if it wasn't for the animation style that they're in, in the past. You wouldn't see them do that. You wouldn't see them do that in past incarnations. And now you have the opportunity to do so. And yet we have not seen that. We have not totally seen that yet. And to me, the time is definitely right now. The timing is now for that to happen. And again, if I did miss it, let me know. Let me know in the comments and in the live chat. But the timing has to be perfect for it. I mean, again, you've had to go through different situations where, there's that one cartoon where she puts on this very attractive perfume when it's basically so strong that everybody just wants a piece of it. And, it gets to the point where she gets flattened by a baker and mistaken for an apple to be turned into an apple pie and stuff like that. And then, like I said, you got the upcoming special and all that. You got one of the other specials where she went through this. I think it was for their birthday or something like that, for her and Mickey's birthday, because they both created around the same time, both established, I should say, at the same time, where basically, you have her going through this whole thing, and it turned her into basically a pencil version of herself, if you will, on legs and everything. So again, they've had the opportunity. They've done similar things with other characters. I mean, heck, there was one episode where they had Donald and Daisy, I guess, at odds with Mickey and Minnie or competitive with them, and next thing you know, they get turned into fried chicken. They get turned into fried chicken because of the heat or something. The point I'm getting at is now is probably the best time to do this. And there are a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but there are some people that have drawn, written, and even in a way discussed themselves that Minnie, just based on her design, is perfect. Perfect for the Lustful melt gag. Perfect for a melting trope gag. But we have yet to see that. But hopefully maybe in the upcoming special we may get something like that. And again, maybe if we have already, let me know. I'd love to see what episode it's in and all that. But we have yet to really see it. I think the closest we got was that VIP experience short with her and Mickey when they were just lounging on the chairs. But, that was it. I think, that was more like a deflation, if you will, than anything else. But the thing is, to me, I can't think of a better opportunity than now, because I know they got more stories and more cartoons and specials lined up. So what better timing to do it in than now? That to me, is an opportunity that you can't pass up. You want to do all these gags and tropes of the characters. That to me is a gag and a trope. Oh, for Minnie, I think you cannot pass up. Even for Daisy as well. It's something you cannot pass up. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I got to get in the shower now and get myself ready for work. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below, live chat during the premiere, like the video, super chat, super stickers are open in the live chat, and super thanks after the premiere. Check me out at BW Rose Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast locations and platforms, except for Pandora, Venmo at Brian-Roma-2, and Cash App at BW Roses98, guys. I could really use the help in those areas. That would be the quickest way to financially help me out to pay bills and, expand the brand. Also, support me at patreon.com/BEWRoses at the $1 or $3 tier. Also, check me out at my Teespring store for merchandise you can't get anywhere else except there. Also, check me out at VENMO, at BW Roses for content you can't get here on YouTube, and at divanart.com/BVW1979. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know whether or not this has already happened, or do you agree that it should happen and should happen soon, sooner rather than later. Let me know down below, and until then, I'm out.